Hello, my babes and baddies. Happy Friday. Today, we are going to be talking about my 2026 most anticipated releases. Let's start out with some of the more obvious ones. If you know me, you know that I am an Elsie Silver stan till I die. I love her as a person. I love her books. In fact, there is not a single Elsie Silver book that I have read that I would not recommend. And this year, she starts a brand new series, kicking off with Fever Dream. This book cover, it's dreamy, it's rustic, it's girly, and it invokes feelings within me of joy, excitement, and pleasure. And I haven't even read it yet, but I'll tell you what, I cannot wait to get my grubby little hands on her. Next up, we have Lost and Found by Tara Dewitt. This one is particularly exciting because not only was I obsessed with Tara's last book that she released, Left of Forever. That book had me in a chokehold. I binged it in a camping weekend, adored every single page. But Lost and Found, if you notice on the book cover, see that little rock? That is a famous rock here in Oregon in a little beach town called Cannon Beach. And I have spent quite a lot of time there. My parents lived there for a couple years. My sister went to college in that beach town. So not only do I know that this book is going to be well written because Tara has proven herself to me again and again and again, it also happens to be in a town that's very near and dear to my heart. So that's extra exciting. This next one, you guys, you're gonna see this action a lot throughout this whole video because the reason I'm so excited for all these releases is because they all have me in a fucking chokehold and I can't get enough of them. Okay, so last year I fell into this series Between Flames and Deceit and Between Love and Ruin by M.A. Frick, and they both fantasy, age gap, dragon rider, fiance's dad, dramatic, juicy, swoony fantasy romance. And book 3 comes out this spring. Between Gods and Dragons. It will be the conclusion of the trilogy, and like my skin is itchy just thinking about cracking open that final book. I'm so excited. This next one is more of a fingers crossed hopeful for 2026, but it is the third book in the Wolf King trilogy by Lauren Powell Freeman. This is without a doubt the best werewolf series I have ever read. Wolf King's fire, Night Prince, even more fire. Now, she said after the release of Night Prince that book 3 was going to be coming out in 2026, but she hasn't given us any release dates. We don't have a cover reveal yet. It is only January, so obviously that's still plenty of time to work with for us to get book 3, but I don't really have any other information besides that it's in the works. Hopefully, if I have to wait one more year for the completion of this trilogy, I very well might pass away. This actually may be my most anticipated release, and we don't even have a firm release date for it. So, Lauren, if you're hearing me, please, please, I love you, and I love our werewolf boys. But also, Lauren, this is a personal message for you. Do not listen to the why choose bitches, okay? You have built us a beautiful love triangle, and if in the end she ends up with both of these motherfuckers, you and I are gonna have beef. We're gonna have a problem. And I will come for you. Actually, for legal reasons, I want you to know I will not come for you because I'm not crazy, and I'm also too lazy to be a stalker, if you know what I mean. But I will be upset. Okay, now that we've gotten that disclaimer out of the way, next we have Ace and Ember by Kate Crew. I adored Rook and Rebel. In 2025, I told myself that I wanted to read more dark rom-coms. I was sort of off of the kick of like Butcher and Blackbird and Lights Out, and I said I want more books with this energy, and I feel like Rook and Rebel really came in. At the time I had read it, I said I can't believe more people aren't raving about this book, and I have since seen it get more and more traction, more recognition. It is now trad published, which, Kate, I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. But now we get book 2, Ace and Ember, and I'm jonesing for it. I cannot wait. Rook and Rebel was 5 stars, and it totally like scratched an itch that I have no doubt Ace and Ember will also do a fantastic job touching, itching, scratching, petting. Trelina Pucci, she came out this past fall with One Killer Night, okay? It's kind of like a fun slasher mystery. It is kind of rom-com-y too. See, I told you guys, I love a dark rom-com. And very soon, in fact, in just a couple weeks now, we are going to be getting book 2, Evil is Forever. And I'm super excited for this book because my best friend actually works for Trelina Pucci. She's her PA. And she told me that Chase, the male lead of this character, is so perfect that he cracked into her top 10 book boyfriends of all time list. And for her, that list has been pretty consistent the whole time I've known her. So for him to be so good that he's made her book boyfriend Hall of Fame, that is saying a lot. And we have pretty similar senses of humor and taste, so we'll see. Keep your eyes out for that one. If you haven't read One Killer Night, you totally should. You're going to love it. These are also not standalone, so you will have to read One Killer Night to get like fuller context for Evil is Forever. But do yourself a favor, like you're going to like both anyway, so just do it. Then my girl C.R. Jane is coming in with The Wrong Catch. These are crazy, psychopathic, college, hot football players. All of them. This is in fact her 3rd book of this series. Read them all, okay? They're fun, they're funny, they're sexy. And if you're at all familiar with her Pucking Wrong series, this is kind of a spin-off. So it is its own thing, but all the characters kind of tie in, and you do get little cameos of all of our favorite hockey players from her Pucking Wrong series in this one. I'm definitely not going to miss this release, and you shouldn't either. It's so good. And spend this time, if you haven't read the other 2 books in this series, catching up. This next one, you guys, The Rule of 3 by Sarah Kate, book 2 in the Salacious Legacy series. You guys, book 1 in the series, The Good Girl Effect, was in my top 10 best books of 2025's list. So that really says all that needs to be said about how pumped I am for this release as well. Now, if the book title alone didn't give it away, I'll let you in. This book is going to explore a throuple relationship. And for those of you that know me, know that is normally not my favorite dynamic, okay? I normally am not a throuple girly. I'm not a why choose girly for the most part. Sarah Kate is one of the exceptions to that rule. Some of the best throuple representation and relationship dynamics within like a polyamorous grouping on my lists have been from Sarah Kate. I don't know, something about what she puts in her throuple sauce. As long as I go into it knowing that that is what the relationship dynamic is going to be, and that is how the happily ever after is going to end for these characters, I can sort of adjust my expectations, and then I'm rooting for it, and then I'm excited. This is also going to be about a character who in book 1 was like a total douchehole. And I'm excited to see how his character grows and is explored more. Last but not least, my girl QB Tyler was writing a book called The Cheerleader is Off Limits. And then she said, girls, I was in the middle of writing that, but then I was just struck with this intense urge to write a stepbrother romance. And I said, girl, whenever you have that gut feeling, follow it down the yellow brick road until it is in my hands. Are you kidding me? My favorite taboo romance writer decides to tackle a trope that she's written similar books to, but never specifically step siblings. And it's one of my favorite subtropes. So the fact that she said, hey, we're going to pause cheerleader and I'm going to give you a taboo step sibling, I said, yeah! Yes, bitch. 2026 is my year. And you know what? This is the sign. This is the sign that it's my year. And for those of you who aren't into taboo romance, who don't like get it, pause. Okay? Whatever you want to say, whatever you think you're going to say, don't say it, because you know what? I don't care. It is a not so guilty pleasure subgenre of romance that I enjoy fictionally, and it is what it is. Mind your business. But I am telling you, give any of her books a shot. And if you want recommendations, let me know, because she does have some that lean on the side of less taboo that ramp up to very taboo. So if you want to dip your toe in, let me know, girl, and I'll tell you where to start. But anyway, that is my list for 2026. Please let me know in the comments what your most anticipated releases for this new year are, because I'm always looking to add more to my list. Or if you have authors that you think I should be keeping my eye out for this year, let me know, because I have FOMO. And if you say something is fire, I don't want to be like left behind. I want to be in on what's fire. Let's reciprocate, okay? Some back and forth. I would love that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, okay? I love it here. I love that I'm building this platform, and thank you guys so much for being a part of it. Make sure to like this video, share, subscribe, comment. I love the engagement. I love connecting with you guys. The support is always appreciated. Have a great weekend and happy reading.